Hi, I'm Chris from Airwindows, and hey,
you can do this!
Because this is Airwindows RingModulator. Now I'll stop doing that with my voice because it is too scary, but the idea is that you can do it for other things as well. For instance, here's a guitar. A ring modulator is a thing that can produce like added and subtracted frequencies rather than harmonically related frequencies. It makes them inharmonic instead. So what we've got here is two frequency controls, soar and dry wet. Soar is the same one that I've been using this entire time. We can manipulate it. Have that be a lot quieter, or much more energetic, and then we can balance it with the dry wet. You can hear the funny little overtone popping up. But the frequency controls do something else interesting, particularly seeing as this is a mono track right now. It's got two separate frequency controls, although the audio unit version has a mono version specifically because that can be used on what's called end-to-end channels that'll run on quad or 5.1, etc. And it'll also make it a little easier to only pick one note rather than this combination of them. With this, we can set it back to the 0.5 there. But stuff can be slightly offset in an interesting way. And again, we use dry wet to have it act a little bit more normally. And it doesn't only work on clean sounds. We can also use it on a dirtier sound. For instance, if you had a guitar like that and you wanted to make it sound like it was broken glass. Interesting. Again, this is a ring modulator. This is I'm sure we're going to have somebody popping up and being like, I put this on my master bus and it's wonderful. All what? Go ahead and say that. We can all use a laugh. But it's not really designed for audiophile type things. It's designed for effect. And you can even use effects on things like, for instance, a drum kit. So it doesn't sound like the original drums, but you can mix it in. And remember that the soar control still does what it always does in these plugins, where it is taking the SquareRoot function and making the center part of it nonlinear. So what that does here is like this. And we can bring some of the dry signal back, or indeed quite a lot. Or we can do stranger things with the frequencies. And remember, if you have a quiet little sound, soar can actually kind of gate it. And that's what's happening here. we've got dry wet, and then we're bringing this in on top of it. And then we can bring soar up. A little more of an edge on things. Note, however, one of the things that's happening here, my frequency control is dropping to next to nothing. You can make it do this. We've got such a low frequency that doing the ring modulating thing, since it's not an analog circuit, it can follow mathematical behaviors, and so we get to do it on LFOs. Make it be kind of gated, or turn up soar until you can hear everything again. Now it's acting like it's a tremolo. But we can make the tremolo go side to side as well. And then we can start speeding up more. We've just about matched the values there, and now we have. So this gives us a weird sort of synthetic overtone going on. And if we went back to the guitar again, we'd have this. And again, frequencies are set to the same, so it's trying to act like it's a mono effect, although it's kind of not. And then if we set the frequencies different from each other, we've got strange mathematical sounds going on. One neat thing about a ring modulator is that it tracks quite quickly because it's just a sort of deconstruction of the sound. So it'll follow little details or it'll follow drum noises. If you want a clear tone out of it, you need to be using fairly clean sounds. For instance, Jan Hammer was known to use one of these on a Fender Rhodes. Or you can use dirty sounds for really grating noises, or simply drum sounds. For in case you wanted to do something strange and unsettling with your drums. Oh, hello. there you have it. Airwindows ring modulator. That is yours as of now. Should be able to download it. And I've got a whole bunch of stuff I'm working on. Some of it I'm fairly excited about. If you follow me on Blue Sky, you might have noticed I was talking about the metronome that I'm working on called Soft Clock, which I feel might have some potential, although now I want to do all of my music over again using it, because I've been trying really hard to come up with a way to combine the human feel with my love of using like bleepy, bloopy, blinky, lighty synthesizers, which I enjoy greatly. And I'm not sure if it exactly does that, but it might be in with the chance there, because Soft Clock is a clock without tick. It's a clock without clear time reference. And the inspiration was watching a Drumeo video about metronomes. And they made a guy play with a metronome in which the sounds had been replaced with barking dogs. And he played pretty good. That was a significant discovery. I don't think they quite made the connection there. But turns out there's a difference between nailing down a click, like you get in the Logic click, for instance, as accurately as you possibly can with not necessarily a high frequency thing, but a super clearly specified talk noise, and physical entrainment to a beat using your body. And there's a lot to be discovered there. So I'm pretty excited to get into that, and I'm still working on the Bezier curve version of a compressor. I'm probably going to give you a basic version of that and then start trying to develop it further, because I got something that was pretty good, and then I immediately started adding things like gates and release controls and stuff. And I'm feeling like I don't want to wait any longer for letting people have access to this and get used to it, because this is what would end up being used in Console H, most likely, assuming I can get all of this work done. But I'm going to do my level best. I am hanging in there pretty well. And, I've got my firewood in. I've got my canned goods. I am staking my claim to staying here and continuing to do this work. And, of course, it is for everyone, no exceptions. On that note, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.